everybody, my name is Kadian and welcome back to my channel. So, for my past couple of videos, I've been talking about the editing process and how to find editors and where to find editors, because that's the stage I'm currently with my novel, Sparks Fly. And in today's video, I really wanted to talk about how to choose an editor. So hopefully you're able to look at some sites and find a couple of good editors, and now you have maybe 5 or 10 or probably more, and you're deciding which one to go with and which one to choose, and you want to make sure that this person is someone you could work with and continue to communicate with and talk to, somebody you could ask as many questions as you want. And this is a very top choice because giving up your book to be critiqued by somebody else is a very hard experience. It's a very nerve-wracking time filled with anxiety, because now you worked really so hard in this thing. You love it so much and you want people and everybody who reads it to just be amazed and blown away by your work of art and your baby, and you're going to give it to this person who will possibly rip it to shreds and point out all the mistakes you made and all your flaws. And it's really hard to go through this process or going through this process, but it is a necessary step for every writer. Like, you have to have somebody multiple times go through your novel and point out all your flaws, but it is necessary and it will help your book and you in the end to get better. And for your audience to enjoy it in the end. So here I'll give you a couple factors that is very important when you're choosing an editor. That way you can narrow down your search a little bit more and find the perfect editor for you. So in no particular order of importance, I will give you these factors right now. Factor number 1. So when working with an editor, you want to work with somebody who we can communicate very well with. This could be possibly the start of a really wonderful relationship between you and this editor. You want to make sure that whoever you choose, whether it be long-term or short-term, that this is somebody you can always count on and work with. And it's hard to figure that out just based on going through a couple profiles, but it's more of a gut feeling. And how I personally do this is I will have a conversation with the person. That's the only way you'll actually know, is just by talking to this person and having this conversation with this person to see exactly if there will be a good match for you. Of course, these persons are professionals and they'll always be honest with you. They'll point out the flaws in your books, but at the same time, they will figure out a way to deliver the message in a way that is not harsh or crushing to you. And they will pretty much just tell you what's good about your novel and what's bad. That way it's a good balance between good and bad, and not just pointing out everything that's absolutely terrible with your novel. And again, it's hard to figure this out in a short period of time, but having a quick, simple conversation with the potential editor will help you narrow it down. First impressions do last a long time, and those are important, especially when it comes down to something as important as this. So definitely having a conversation with the person, sending messages, or doing a Skype call would be very important to figuring out if this person is somebody you could potentially work with and who you could trust with your baby to make it the best it can possibly be. Factor number 2. So you want to pick an editor that's currently working in your genre or has worked in your genre before, because then they can spot possible trends and tropes to either steer you away from or give you ideas and things you can add for your particular genre that will be helpful in developing your book and getting it better. So you always want to select an editor that knows about your genre and can definitely give you great feedback on that. So if this person doing fiction, this person always does non-fiction and don't really know a lot about doing fiction, then you want to probably choose an editor that will specialize in fiction in your specific area of fiction. So it just depends on what type of genre, what genre you're in, and what type of book you're writing. You want to choose an editor that will specialize in that particular area. That way you can be sure you're getting the best feedback that there is for your book, and you can always work on getting it better because you have the best and the most knowledgeable person helping you Factor number 3. So, when choosing an editor, a very, very, very important factor is going to be reviews. So, reviews are super important for me. I always look at every single review, good reviews, bad reviews, doesn't matter what it is. I look at everything when I'm choosing an editor to ensure that, you know, what people are saying about this editor is good and that they'll be a good fit. It doesn't always have to be good. Just whatever problems they have or whatever problems other people have with them should not personally affect my book from being edited the way I need it to be edited. So I'll always, like on most sites, you'll have, you know, feedback on the site, reviews on the site about how people, you know, feel about these particular services. For me in particular, I use Readsy, and Readsy has feedback not based on the company Readsy overall, but based on the individual editor themselves. And so you could always go on a specific editor on Readsy and see their review and see what people are saying about that person in particular. So that's really good for me. I always go through these reviews and look at the good ones, look at the bad ones. If there's a lot of reviews, I'll look at just a couple of them to gauge, you know, exactly what people are saying. If there's a small amount of reviews, I might just read through all of them, and by doing this, I'll get a better idea of if I want to go with this person or not. If these problems, if there are any problems, if these are things that I can potentially work with, or if people are saying amazing things, then that might just encourage me more to go with this person, and I'll be super excited and pumped that people are saying awesome things about this person, and I feel more confident in my decision. So reviews are going to be a very important factor when choosing an editor, because they can help you make up your mind on which way to go and which way not to go, and who to choose and who not to choose. So reviews are definitely something that you should look into if possible. Like, for example, a lot of editors on Readsy also edit, you know, elsewhere outside of Readsy, and they may have a professional website for themselves. So you could look on their website, or you could Google their name and see what else comes up. If there's a Yelp that comes up for them, or Google reviews that comes up for them, that's a possibility. Maybe Facebook review comes up for them. So I always, even though sometimes it might be a long shot if it's a specific person, I always try to Google that person's name and see what comes up, and see if you can find out any other information about them. And it's just all about doing research and see exactly what you find out about them, and see, you know, if there's anything that would potentially affect, you know, you working with that editor. I mean, that might not work well for individual people, but it really works well for particular sites. So for those sites that are not, you know, you're not choosing individual people, but you're just choosing that company to work with, then doing Google searches are always awesome. I definitely suggest searching for reviews, just doing your research in general on that particular company or person, just to be sure that they are able to get the job done the way you want it. Because at the end of the day, your book is what's important, and the development of your book is what's important, and you need to choose somebody that will be able to bring your book to the level that you want it to get to. Factor number 4 to consider. So when doing your research and figuring out what editor to go with, of course you're going to go through your list and do these things and mark out who doesn't suit your criteria, because you always have to have criteria and, you know, things that your editors must have. So another important thing for me is being able to send my potential editors a sample chapter or just a sample page for them to edit, to see exactly what they are looking for and what they'll point out to me. So a lot of times, like, an editor will point out, like, I will send a sample to 5 different editors, and they'll all point out different things, and it will amaze me to see just, you know, some things that one editor will miss and other things that other editors will look out for. I mean, nobody's perfect and nobody will catch every single error, and of course it's just it's a sample, so they might have done just a quick run through just to spot everything that pops out to them at first. But I really love those editors that will go all in and really try to dig up things that none of the other editors have seen so far or have found so far. And when they do that, it shows me that they're very dedicated and they're very passionate about their work, and they will definitely do my novel justice. So when I see those people who will point out things that no one else has ever pointed out to me, and I'm like, this is true, and this is amazing, I love it, I know that you're gonna do really well with my book, I cannot help but just be amazed and be blown away by that. And I feel like this person will definitely just be awesome at editing my novel, and that always encouraged me to either go with them. Of course, there are other factors to consider, but that's also going to be a very, very, very important factor. It's always like lovely and awesome for them to even take the time out to just do that, because not everybody does it. Some people, they'll just send you the quote or the price that they'll charge, and they won't even look at the sample itself, or they won't even do the sample. But when an editor takes the time out to respond to your message and send you a quote and then also work on your sample, it's always like a big thing for me, and it always encourages me and makes me feel like this person definitely somebody who's gonna care about my work and about what I think and about, you know, the things that will make my novel better. Factor number 5, which is super, super important. I mean, these are all important factors. All these are important factors, but it's also very important, very, very important factor. It is the price. So, of course, you want to get the best editor. An editor that will transform your book from bronze to gold to platinum to like make you see like, oh, rainbows and stars and fireflies, and it just be magic. You want the best person ever. But sometimes there are editors who cost a lot more than others. A lot more than others. And price is going to be a very important factor, because though we would wish we could afford the most expensive editor and that, you know, we can get the best for our book, baby, it's not always possible because we all have a budget. The thing that I've realized is that some editors, especially copy editors, they will price you based on how well written or well edited they believe your novel is. So if you have gone through a couple different stages of editing already and your novel is pretty much in tip-ish, top-ish condition, then they may charge you less. But if they have to do like a lot of work and there's a lot of editing that they all have to do, and a lot of time they'll have to spend on your novel to really get it to where it needs to be, then they may charge you a little bit more. So ensuring that your novel is edited a couple number of times just to help get your novel in a better shape and better condition. That way when you do present it to an editor, it won't look crazy and they'll be like, okay, this is very well edited, I'll charge you this amount because I might not need to do as much work on it. So that's another possibility when you're thinking about editors and negotiating prices, just making sure that you have done as much work as you can possibly do on your novel, and that will essentially help you in the future when it comes to pricing. That's all I got about pricing. So that's more or less the major factors that are involved in choosing an editor, or at least the factors that I use when choosing my editors. Those are the major or important factors to me. But the most important thing is that you choose an editor that will work well with you, that you believe that will make your work shine and amazing and beautiful, and at the end of the day, that is all that matters. So choose somebody who will do this for you. Always ensure that you set out terms and conditions before you sign any contract or decide on going in, you know, any sort of agreement with this editor. Make sure you figure out all the things that you need them to do for you and everything that you need your book to be at the end of this process, and just let them know what your expectations are. Let them tell you how, you know, what you can expect from their process. Let them describe to you the entire process, just to ensure that you are both on the same page, and then at the end of the day you will both be happy with how everything turns out, because at the end of the day you want to make sure that you're happy and you have gotten all the knowledge and you're equipped with everything that you need to be equipped with to make your book better and to make your work shine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you at least get a little bit of information or a little bit of helpful advice that will help you choose an editor in the future or right now. I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. I wasn't able to make a video for the past few days because I was sick and I was losing my voice and I would have sounded crazy if I tried to speak on camera. I know it's after Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and have had a wonderful time with your families and really get to feel the magic and joy of Christmas. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see future videos like this or any other videos. If you'd like to see future videos from me, subscribe so you can get notifications on when I post a new video. Again, thank you guys for watching. See you again when I make a new video. Bye bye.